Stop. Now. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good, thank you. Um, let me,
The Ricky and Carlitos are just here. They're not. They just don't want to be in the frame.
that's fine. That's okay. I totally understand. I'm gonna pull up your email really quick so I can just
Uh-huh.
refer back to it. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I was out of town till um
Wow,
yeah.
nice. Where?
I was in Miami, so it wasn't too far, but
Mhm.
tired of traveling right now. I've been doing a lot of
Just
it.
drive to go there?
We flew, but we could drive.
Oh.
Um, like I'm not a road trip person, so I don't like to drive. It's I have about 2.5 hours in a car and then I start losing my mind. So we flew. It's only like an hour flight, so it's not bad, but yeah.
So how? Like, where are you in Florida? Like, you're in Florida, right?
Yeah, I'm in Jacksonville. So basically, like I'm way up north on the east side. So like I'm probably an hour from Georgia. So I'm really,
Oh, a bit farther
yeah, like I'm
from.
on the beach still, but I'm just way up north.
Uh,
So Miami's just obviously a straight shot.
yeah, yeah, it's going down. Because
Yeah.
we always go to Florida for every like for the past several Christmases, we always just go and have a vacation there.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we always
Where do you guys
end,
go?
huh?
Where do you guys go?
So like my best friend lives in Orlando.
Oh,
So we
okay.
always stay with her. But the last Christmas we went to Miami first because we drove from all the way from Toronto to
No.
uh,
That stresses me out thinking about it. I just, ugh. Good for you. That's awesome. I mean, it's a road trip, right? Like I would do it in an RV if I could walk around, like I just can't sit for that long.
Mhm.
Um, I start losing it. So I have to move. Like I just need to like go. But yeah, we're only about an hour and a half from Orlando, like on a good day, hour and a half, 2 hours of traffic. But so we go to we have Orlando Magic, the basketball team, season tickets. So like we go drive down to the games all the time. And
So
that's
you're
yeah,
so
that's
from when you go to Miami, you use the Orlando International Airport, not the okay.
no, I use Jacksonville. There's one up here, luckily.
Okay. And
Yeah,
it's
so we just fly. Yeah.
wow. Okay.
So yeah, I'd rather, it's funny, I was doing the math, and by the time I got to the airport and did the thing, right, and like got on the flight and all the things, it probably is roughly the same amount of time of
Yeah,
driving, but
exactly.
like I don't have to drive, so I don't care. Okay, so I got this email pulled up, okay, and then I'll just kind of go through it if you
Okay.
want.
Yep.
Um, Okay, first question. How does the system track the phone calls? For instance, the leads don't click from the website. So let me pull this up. Call Sling basically, my gosh. It so basically Call Sling is kind of all inclusive. So the phone number and the contact form or text messages, all of it, it all gets ran through the system immediately, basically. And, it's no lag. So it's almost like it's a voice over IP, basically, in its internet, service. It's how it's transferred. But it records you can see the text messages, you can read the, contact form. The contact forms will get routed through email. So it's not technically through CallSling, but you just have it as a copy, to your email and to theirs, basically. So like you see everything that's kind of, corresponding.
The question with Ricky was like, so yeah, right? You see the website, and from the website, you're gonna call through your phone, right? Not on the website, not on the
Yeah.
like you know what I mean? So like you're using your laptop and then you see it on the laptop and then you just call from your phone. That's basically what so you're saying it still gets you're still
Yeah, because CallSling has nothing to do with the website. It's its own separate entity, right? It's everything with the phone number. So if they're looking at the website right now and then pick up the phone and call, that is still going through the CallSling, which routes, right, and tracks, and you see everything. So it has nothing to do with, they're not using like the web service to call.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Snaps is where we build the website,
Mhm.
and then CallSling is the, tracking service that tracks everything.
Yeah, sorry for my ignorance,
It's
okay?
okay.
So it's the thing, it's a okay, I got my phone. I got the phone number.
Mhm.
How am I going to know that because it doesn't make me understand that how does it really work? So if I call somebody, if I call that number, how am I know that what you call this, I'm calling that number, right? So how are we going how am I going to say this one? Uh,
Make it in Tagalog and I sorry. Sorry.
uh she would understand.
Because you're saying like okay, okay, sorry, okay. Never mind, sorry.
It's okay. I think maybe, let me, like, how are you saying how you guys as the business owner would know that it's being called, or how does the customer, like,
It's a
who,
cost because right now, so for instance, my wife is a customer. I'm the what you call it, I'm
The
known as
business
the
owner.
business owner, right? So my son calls the number from the website,
Mhm.
calls the client. Then how are we going to know that it's coming from our website or coming from something else like that. So
I
how
see, I see. Got it. Okay, yeah.
maybe
So
maybe they
everything,
can per sec. So maybe they can get the phone number from the when they're driving. Maybe there's somebody put a signage in there on the lot, and they say put the number and the same number that we have on the website. So how am I going to know, or have even the client knows that it's coming from us or coming from somebody else?
correct. Yeah, no, okay, I get where we're going with this now. So the cool part is on call sling, there's a whisper. So basically, if it was a call, right, like that's coming through to the client, it'll right before it, the customer doesn't hear this, obviously. It's just on, the client side of things. It'll say this is a lead from Sarah or, whatever the company is. So they know that it's coming from you, number one. But also, number two, everything is tracked. That's what CallSling does, is it collects all the data. So any number that goes through, it's all recorded. So like, you know, your customer can have a dashboard as well. So they can see what, like what your number is bringing in, right? Or contact form or anything like that. So that's the tracking of everything. Because if you think about it, Google, if you as a plumbing company, we're going to run Google ads, right? Google does the same thing. They put a tracking number on that ad, okay? So like that still gets routed, to the business, but they're tracking everything on the back end. Because you don't want to make it a bad, obviously, the last thing you want to do is make it a bad customer experience, right? Like you want it to be seamless. So that's where, there's no wait time for the customer, but we have the back end tracking from, the dashboard side, the calls recorded. You can see the numbers, you can hear the conversation, right, from the recording. And then also there's whispers that come through. Hey, this is a lead. It's almost like that transferring you now kind of, like that thing, but like it lets them know that it's your lead.
Does it mean if a family member of that client, we will see those things too? No.
I think
Um,
what Ricky is saying is that, so let's say, for instance, I'm the client and then I'm asking my son, oh, my son also has a problem. Okay, just call this number because I already contacted them. They're good. They already did the business with me. And then, so I
oh,
give it, so it's
yes.
not, it's like a word of mouth already, something
Yeah,
like that.
because everything is tracked through that number, right? So that number is what you own. That is your number, right? That's not the
The
business's.
business cannot have that number.
No. So like they'll know if it's coming from you.
So it's not exactly the number of the client. So we
No, no, no,
providing
no.
a different number to the client. There you go.
Correct. Yes. Sorry.
If if a family member calls his number, then it means, are we going to hear those things soon? I don't think so, right? So
Yeah, because okay, so let's just say for this purpose, so it'll make it easy. Our our number for leads for the plumbing company is like 555-555. Okay, like that's our number. And like let's say the client's number, like their legit business number is 999-999. Okay, so let's say you are a potential customer and you're calling them and you call the 555 number. All that's recorded, right? And then you're going to go to your son and be like, oh my gosh, this was great service. You need to call them 555-555. That's still going through your number. Do you know, like it has nothing to do with their business number.
it will patch up. So the what I'm trying to say is that number will patch up to the client's number.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense because I was
Okay.
thinking, I thought it would be direct number of the from the client.
No.
So that's the thing. So I was thinking, how does it work?
Yeah. No, no, no. I get where you're coming from. And it's basically a very, very advanced call forwarding, if you want to put it that way. Okay.
That would be easier to understand. Yeah.
Yes. So like we're just call forwarding, we're just putting like that number of ours, so it's all trackable and but
Uh,
it's still going directly to that customer's your business's number, right? Like the plumbing, like it's going straight to them, but it's still instantly getting routed through us in whatever way they do it. So
now I get the function,
okay,
the procedure, the
okay,
process.
good. Yeah, and same with the contact forms, like I said, and listen, texting has become such a huge part of this too, you know, like, any text messages, because a lot of people like to do that, you know, you can set up a chat bot, there's all those things. So like, all of that is tracked too, like you can see the text messages, so like, everything is being led back to you guys, as long as, you know, everything's, whatever's running through that number or that site or that email that's attached to that, you know, your lead gen site, basically.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
Okay. Okay, good. All right. I'm glad that I was like, I hope I'm doing this, or I hope I'm saying this right. Okay. Trust issues with new clients. We will elaborate this on the call. Okay. What is it? What do you mean by that?
Ricky has that question.
So
Trust issues.
it's the same thing, right? So what if, okay, the client and the what you call this, the what my leads communicated with them and blah blah blah, then they say okay, then suddenly the client will say will give their exact number, so it will be direct number, so something like that. Then they might be talking behind the scene that okay, we'll continue that one without the what you call this, without getting the third party being something from the other side, right, from for us. So those are the stuff that I'm.
Yeah, so exactly as an example, this is what Ricky was saying. Let's say our client, and
Mhm.
then his customer already like already is in the final stages of the contract drawn up between them, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna say, oh, okay, I'll tell, like, because it's like commission based, remember, it's like 10%. So the client will say, our client will say, instead of me making this a 30,000 contract, I'll make this 3,000 contract. So I'll only give 300 to, and then the back end deal, right?
Sure.
Something like that. So
So no, I totally get where you're coming from. So I think there's different ways to, number one, position this and also combat it. First and foremost, if that were to happen, which, listen, I've done this long enough, there's just some shady people out there, unfortunately. So, you know, I've run into it. Not a lot, like, you know, maybe once, right? But like, you're not going to work with those people anyway. Like, at the end of the day, like, if that's what happened, like, wipe the, you know, move on. Like, remember, this is your lead. This is your customer. You know what I mean? Like, it's not theirs. So, you know, can we combat all those things in business? Unfortunately not, right? Like, there's always gonna, you know, there's always gonna be something in whatever business you do. So there's first thing. Second thing, when you're doing those kind of deals, right? Um, there's definitely some steps. Usually those big commission deals, like what you're saying, like if you're doing bids, okay, like that's a, you know, you're getting construction bids. I mean, that's nothing that's done over the phone. Like they have to come out to the site, you know, there's a lot of conversations that are happening. Um, remember, like it's your customer. You can call, right? Hey, I just wanted to follow up. How did how did this go? Like we've done that before too, just to create that communication, right? Like, you know, it's almost like you're the liaison or the receptionist person, you know, you have their information. Like you can check up on these things, right? Especially when it comes to those kind of jobs. Okay. Like those are the big ones. Like those take more time, but bigger payouts, you know? So like, there you go. Also too, you have to set up some parameters behind, you know, you look at, you either meet at the end of the month or you have a Zoom or whatever via email. And I mean, you're giving them these leads, you're allowed to look at the contract. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there has to be like, those are things I set up of like, hey, like we go through, you know, the phone calls. And again, those are a little more time consuming when you're positioning it that way, right? Or, you know, you set up your deal in like a pay per lead, meaning, you know, like this is what Home Advisor, Thumbtacks, you know, there's so many ways you can monetize it, right? Instead of saying, hey, you're going to pay me a percentage, that lead value just becomes a lot higher. Like you're going to pay me, I don't know, I'm throwing out a number for whatever, like $200 a lead, regardless, right? Like after the call and you have a conversation with them, right? It's $200. Ding, 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 ding. Because then you almost alleviate, you know, the commission side of things, you alleviate some of the pressure, you know, and you guys get to figure out how you want to combat that and what you want to do. I've done both. I've done commission deals. I've done flat fee deals. Those take a little longer because I think you have to build up your value, you know what I mean? Of what you're offering them from a longer term play. But there's all different kinds of ways to, you know, position the money side of it. But yes, there's trust involved when you're doing those kind of things. You know, some businesses will give you access to their CRM, you know, like that's obviously like an easy way to do that. You know, there's ways you can handle that position, but I think, like I said, you hold the power, you know? So like if I ever found out that someone was trying to pull one over on me, you know, with that kind of stuff, listen, I shut off the phone. It's done. You know, like we have no longer of a relationship. Like I'm going to find someone that I want to work with that's a good person. Because listen, if they're doing that to me, what do you think they're doing to the actual customers? You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be associated with that because that's my reputation. Those are my leads. So, you know, I won't say that it could never happen. I don't really think it happens as often as people think. I mean, I think that people, you know, are pretty trustworthy, you know, for the most part, especially in business, because remember, they want your leads, right? Like that's money that's coming straight to them. Like that's a very valuable thing. They don't want to lose that. So I don't really think that, you know, it is a huge issue. I do think you just have to communicate with them, you know, your expectations and what are their expectations, and you match them, right? Hey, we're gonna, you know, converse at the end of the month and go over the jobs basically, or whatever the case is. So that's how I would do that.
Okay, that's good.
Um,
Next question.
do you have a winning script that we can follow? Yeah, I mean, we have quite a bit. Here, I'll pull up the course again. We have a ton. And honestly, I think the best advice I've gotten and I can give when it comes to this, I think that scripts are good to start out, but I
Yeah.
do think you need to you just create your own pitch. You know what I mean? Like I talk so much differently than Dan. Like I would never say what he says, you know, like he's very direct. I mean, way more blunt than I am. And I feel like I'm pretty blunt, but like he's, you know, another level. I use, you know, guidance from people and I kind of just cherry pick, you know, how I like to approach my conversations. Just
Yeah.
takes experience, but yes, I mean, that's all in here. You
Oh,
know, how to
sales.
close, business owner, how to collect money, different closing, how to negotiate. And then, I mean, you go into even the Facebook group. Let me show you. And go into files and you could do like
Script. Okay. There's lots.
there's phone scripts, there's screencast scripts. That's a whole nother prospecting technique. And then we have live videos, you have training. I mean, you can listen to our sales calls. Like we've done that before, like our own clients, we go and break down our own stuff. So we're like, hey, here's what I said. Here's how to position that, you know, here's why I did this, you know, and you can kind of really take notes and again, you know, put that forth in your business. But I wouldn't overthink it too much. It really is as simple as, hi, my name's Sarah. I own a local marketing company. I have, you know, 2 clients here that are looking for their, I don't know, toilet fix or whatever. Here, do you have time to give them a call? Like, are you able to service that? Boom, right? Like, I mean, remember, it's simple. Like we don't want to overcomplicate, you know, the process. As soon as you start doing that, everyone starts getting confused and people don't like to feel overwhelmed. So, you know, they like it very easy. and straightforward. So,
Okay.
but yeah, there's tons of resources available with that. And then, okay, do you have a solid contract? Yes. We do have contract templates. I will say this too. Some people love using contracts and some people don't. And again, it's up to you. I would always use proposals, scope of work, contracts when you're doing a service for somebody else. Meaning, like if a plumbing company was hiring me to rank their website, like I don't have ownership in that site, right? But I know I'm going to use my skills to get their site higher, 1,000%. Like you sign, you have it in writing, the expectations, they know the deliverables, because that is, something you always want to cover your butt with. I think I've been through situations where I didn't and it sucked, and I learned a lot from that. So 100% we have those. I actually did a training on this in Vegas at one of our events. I have a very detailed proposal template. It's a little extra. Like this was for a pretty big client. I mean, I think he was paying us like 11 grand or something a month. I don't remember, something high like that. So it needed to be as detailed as it was, when you're expecting that amount of money, right? Like it needs to be very thorough. But like that proposal really worked, like it really closed the deal for those. And here's the other thing too, regarding the scripts that you asked and this stuff. Chat GPT is like my best friend. So like I go into Chat GPT and it will make anything for you. Like my fiance just bought a rental house. And he needed to write a lease for the tenants. And he literally went into Chat GPT and it wrote a lease within like a minute.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But,
That's why I always go for
oh yeah.
chat as well.
Mhm. So
It's
like, I just think that that's such an amazing tool that you guys have. Listen, I didn't, I have it now, but I didn't have that even starting out. So that right there is gold when it comes to anything like that too. So, yeah, you'll be fine for sure there. And then, okay, what are the days and times for weekly group coaching calls? Tuesday and Thursdays at 4:30 Pacific. So 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central.
Mhm. Okay.
So yeah, and they're all recorded. So I mean, if you can't make it, no biggie. You can just go back and you can still comment and get answers and things like in real time, as you're watching the video. But yeah, they're all in there.
Okay.
And what is acquiring GMB profiles? Oh boy. I'm just kidding. So GMB, I'll be honest, GMBs are probably I think that's one of the more, if I had to rate a difficulty in the whole business, I think that is one of the little bit more of the complicated sides of the business. I wouldn't even say it's like crazy, but there's a process to it. So what a GMB means is, hold on, I'll Google something and I'll show you.
Mhm.
Okay, so you see this is like sponsored posts. Okay, so these are ads. And then the GMB is it's maps. Okay.
Oh,
So it's a separate entity. Like this is my fiance's business, right here. It's a separate business, or sorry, it's a separate entity from a website. Okay. So like, and GMBs are free. So it's through Google. Like you have to submit the profile and, put your address and things like that. So we'll teach you how to do that. It is like I said, there's a little more steps to it, than there used to be like 10 years ago, but it's, all in the training and it's manageable, but that's what a GMB means. And the reason why, you know, we teach it and it's important too, is because listen, everything is mobile based. You know, like now, I mean, we're such a location mobile based world that Google picks up the location, right? Of you, of wherever that person is searching. And that helps rank the site, pings it, you know, all that jazz. And it's just taking up more real estate. Like this is a great example. So this is his business, right? So he's running ads. So that's one, I mean, obviously that's paid, right? So this is sponsored, but he's running ads. So there's one piece of real estate, right? Now he has another one. He has maps, right? So there's two already within, you know, a little scroll. And then he's at the top of the first page.
Wow. Yeah.
Great. So when you look at statistics from SEO standpoint, right? Almost, I think it's, I don't know, 80 to 90% of people are going to click on like the top 3. Okay. Like that's where all the business goes, period, end of story. So like the more that, I mean, he's seen 3 times, right? Within,
Just one page.
I mean, not even like half in like the first top of the page, right? So people are going to click that. It's going to get the business. So like, that's why, oh, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, my children. I love them so much. Okay, so they're these
It's
twins,
okay.
man. No, it's fine. It's just like it's all day, you know, it just doesn't stop. Anyways, so that's where, yeah, that's why, you know, maps is important. So we'll teach you how to do that too. We talk a lot about it. There's a lot of training on it, you know, again, but it is talked about quite a bit because, you
It's
know,
important.
it is, I think that part of it is kind of ever evolving, to be honest. I think that's the one that changes the most frequently, you know, some tactics and stuff behind it, but we're all up to date and all that jazz. So, yeah, I think that was it, was it? I don't,
I
yeah.
think.
Yep, I think that was the 6 questions. So, is that kind of where you guys at? Like, if you understand it a little better?
Yeah, like, I told, I told Ricky, it's like, because he was like both, like Ricky and my son were the ones who are hesitant, but if it's up to me, I'd really go and sign up right now. You know what I mean?
No, listen, I get it.
But right now, I mean, I think Ricky is like, because you already answered his questions, and um, do you have any more? Can you think of like, you're already good, right? Right. So right now we're gonna discuss it, and the financing thing, like that's
Yeah.
only thing is, how much down payment was it supposed to be?
Did I send you guys the link? I forgot. Did I?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
The down payment is usually about 20%. So what was it? What did I say for you guys?
Yeah, you
It's the
said it
exchange
was
rate, right?
4,000 just so
Yeah.
that you can help us.
Yes. So 20% of 4,000.
Or, I know, 800, right?
Yeah, it should be around there. I'd say 20-25%. Don't quote me. I don't know exactly because they're gonna tell you, but from the I've never seen it higher than that personally. So even at 25%, it's 1,000. So I mean, you can use a credit card for that. That's okay. For the other payments, because they push them out a year, you have to tie a debit card to it. But you know, if you're doing 1,000 down, it's 3,000 left, right? And then you divide that by 11 months. That's about 200. I'm saying US dollars at this point, but yeah, like 275-ish, you know, a month. There's no interest, there's no fees. Like you don't pay any more than that, you know? So that's nice. it's nice if you don't really have any other options, I would say. Like, I think if you have like a card, like a different credit card or something that you could get points with or has zero interest, obviously like those payments from a cash flow perspective are a lot lower, right? From a monthly basis. But, this is an option that doesn't have any fees associated with you guys. So like it just gives you a different, route to put.
Yeah. Only thing is Carlitos is like on his, like he already got a pre-approved for a car loan because he's he's gonna buy his first car.
Oh,
So,
cool. That's
so
awesome. I
that's
can't
the
wait till my
problem.
kids drive.
But and I don't want to put it on my credit because I don't have good credit, and
Right.
I'm like, it's gonna be a hard credit check, right? And the
Yeah.
same as Ricky as well. He just has like a good not good credit, good credit, but we just don't want to put it on our credit right now because we're in the process of liquidating one of our like properties. I mean, selling our one of our
Yeah.
properties, and you know what I mean, with and buying another property. So
No, for
it's
sure.
gonna be
I mean,
hard
listen,
for us. So
it
how?
doesn't go on your credit report. They do a credit check. So like that's the thing. Like it's not going to show up like as a loan or anything, like, but they are going to basically check your credit to make
Yeah.
sure that you're legit, a real person or whatever. So
If would it would like if because the only option is for Carlitos to be the one to take
yes.
that loan, right? Because like I
Yeah.
said, Ricky and myself were not like we don't want to do it because like I said, we're planning to purchase another property and
Yeah, no, I understand that for sure. Yeah, and listen, it's totally up to you guys, right? Like I think it's worth checking if it's an option. If like that's not going to hurt anything, you know what I mean? So at least you can know like, okay, this is an option to even utilize this financing. And then if it's not, or then I mean, obviously that takes it off the table, right? So then we can figure out what that looks like, from another perspective. So,
okay.
I can send it to you and you can, or if I did, yeah, you can check it out. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said, it takes like 2 minutes. It's
Uh,
gonna ask you your information. Um, and again, it's, I don't have any control or say in anything like that, but it's their entity. I think, to be honest, I think that company, it's called Elective. I think they're based in Canada anyway. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Like, I think they're in, I have to look up the, I know they're in Canada. I just don't know what part. But anyways, yeah, I mean, it's worth checking just to see if it is, and again, at that point, you would just have to have the down payment and then the rest is split up, from there.
okay. Yeah, okay. So I'll ask Carlitos to fill it out and hopefully, it won't jeopardize his car buying.
Did he already sign the paperwork for his car?
No, not yet. We're gonna go and check the car this coming weekend on Saturday. And if he gets a car on Saturday, I don't know how it will work, if he like
Can
with
I
a
can I
car.
give you my personal advice? Like,
uh,
I would hate, again, I don't know how this stuff, I'm not like the guru behind this. So what I would say to do if I were you, I
mhm.
would go do the car stuff. Okay. Because yeah, the last thing that you want to do is like jeopardize that situation either. Right. Like, I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want that to jeopardize anything for him. Like, cause I just don't know. I don't know if it would show up. I don't know if the car place is going to have an issue. Like, who knows? You know what I mean? So I would say if that's the case, you know, um, maybe do that first and then like sign the paperwork and do whatever you need to do, because then it's out of sight, out of mind, right? I mean, once the paperwork's signed, the car's there, it's yours. Like, you can go do whatever the hell you want, I just wouldn't want to Um, I would just hate for it to affect it negatively if it did. You know, I don't want that. I would hate that for him. So maybe wait until the weekend.
Okay. And well, one other option, even if like it would affect the, because we're good friends with what's this with you know the car, like the car dealership.
Okay.
He already has like, because he just got, like we just heard today that he got pre-approved for a car, right? But on his own, just not getting a guarantor. But when we talked before to the dealer, the the owner, the dealer owner, he told us like, if Carlitos will not get approved, then just any guarantor that has just a monthly income, like even if it was my mom who's on just getting her pension, that would still be okay, right? So this is why I was thinking, may I will talk to him again, because we'll
Okay.
see him on Saturday.
Okay.
Not We're not sure yet if we're gonna get the car, but if it's gonna affect it, and if they're okay to just have the guarantor, then we'll get both, right? We'll get this one, and we'll apply and then just get the guarantor, as my mom can be the guarantor, and he's still gonna get his car.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Okay. No,
yeah.
I mean, listen, however it feels comfortable for you guys, I just don't want to jeopardize. Like I don't want to, I would feel horrible, and I just don't know how it works. So I don't want to put that, and say yes, no, whatever. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so just for his sake.
Yeah, that's true. And this is how, like for me, like just looking at it, that's what I'm thinking, like because like previously when we talked to that guy, he said there's always ways, right? So yeah.
No, for sure.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, well, listen, why don't you guys chat?
Mhm.
You talk to, just family stuff and figure it out, and then we'll stay in touch and kind of take it from that point.
Yeah. So we'll wait until the weekend, because
Okay.
I need to talk. We need to talk to the guy, and
Yep.
then after on Saturday, as soon as we on Sunday maybe we'll do the application for the that loan, the the loan that you sent us.
Yep.
I don't know what company that was. Sorry.
Okay. Elective. Yeah, yeah.
Elected.
Yeah, it's called elective. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll go and apply at elective on Sunday, and then yeah, we'll go from there.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Well, listen, it's good chatting with you guys again. You
Oh,
know where to find
oh,
me.
sorry, Sarah. Sorry, I just have one last question. In terms of coaching,
Mhm.
you're not gonna be the coach, right? We're gonna be assigned another coach, or
I mean, you have my Zoom link. So yes, I mean, I help coach. I think the only thing I like to tell people this is like, I don't want you to think that I'm like the end all be all, like there's tons of leaders in the group that it's not like you have one person that you can only talk to. So, yeah, I mean, I'll be there. You get my Zoom link. You can book one-on-ones. Char's another coach who that's all he does is one-on-one coaching. So you'll get his link too. So, I mean, there's tons of people, but like, I'm always around. Like, if I'm available and you need to chat, like, I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm just really at this point, like, I think I told you guys I'm getting married in a month. So, like,
oh, that's vicious.
thanks. Yeah, I'm actually getting married at Dan's house. So, it's a lot. So I'm just in that mode right now. So I'm actually gonna like shut off my calendar probably in like a week or two so I can just
Focus, yeah.
yeah, like breathe. But like, in that case, there's other people to pick up the slack, right? Or if other, like there's so much support. So yes, I'm around. It's not like you technically have like, an assigned person. There's a lot of people, but we all kind of help each other out.
Oh, okay. And then so that's good to know that you
Yeah.
can get a lot of other coaches that are available. But the coaching, will that stop? Like, because when we enrolled in one of like the programs, it's not this one. Oh yeah, this like, remember I told you the digital marketing that I enrolled with, the agency profits. Remember the first time we talked and said, oh, I enrolled with them, and then they weren't helpful at all after, because they have an expiration date for coaching. So do you have that as well?
No, there's no, like, I think that you guys almost kind of eventually like don't need me, if that makes sense. You know, you get through the process and like you just get it, right? And then it's go time. And then if you need help, okay, book another call. Like you guys almost, it's almost like a toddler, you know, like you have a baby, they need you all the time, and then it's like a toddler and they don't really need you as much, right? But you're gonna run into problems, like we're always there, you know. So there's no expiration on it. It's not like you get 3 sessions and that's it. Like that's just not how we operate.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
3 months, and I didn't know. I basically signed up, and I didn't know that it was only for 3 months. And like they said, oh no, we can't help you anymore. I'm like, oh wow, really? I paid so much, and then yeah,
No,
they
no, no, that's not how we roll. So, I mean, I set the expectation again, or I just try to be honest. Like, I can't Zoom with you every day. You know what I mean? Like,
Of
I don't,
course.
it's
No,
not
we have to learn on our own, and we have to,
correct.
we have
Yes.
to implement, right? But
Yeah.
thing is, like, if we run into problems, if we need just, a boost and say
Oh,
like, oh,
yeah.
I need,
Sure.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And
Mhm.
listen, even a student, I've talked to him twice this week because he's dealing with something that he needs some help with, you know? So
Uh-huh.
it was quick 10-minute stuff, but like, okay, great. Like, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Like, that's just kind of the nature of the business. You know, like you're gonna run into those issues or problems, and maybe you need a little more support during that time. We get it. You know what I mean? Like, we really try to do our best to help you. I just, again, I've done this a long time. I've met a lot of people, and there's some people that demand the attention. And I'm like, hey, like, I still run a business too. I've got 3 kids. I have a life, you know, like, it's not like I'm getting paid to be on the phone. You know what I mean? Like it's, you know, I'm doing this out of my own personal, you know, help. Like I want to see you guys succeed, like do it. Great. You know, and if I can help out, amazing. But, you know, there's some people that just want somebody like that they can have at their beck and call. And that's not what this is, you know? So, but there is the calendar, you know, there's all that stuff. There's no limit. So utilize the support in front of you, right? If you need help.
But yeah, but like, not you, of course, but if not jumping from another coach to another the other, if you just have like a quick question that you need to, it's not like, for us, like especially for me, because I read a lot. I try to do. I don't like to bother people so much. Even if I could do it myself, that's just how I roll. It's just like, if I have quick questions, and I'm not gonna rely on you. Like you said, if there are other coaches who can answer, then I'd be happy, as long as it's not like a time limit of 3 months. Which
No,
was
no,
a
it's
bad
no time limit.
experience for us, for me especially.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. Well, you guys, I hope you have a good rest of your week.
Yeah,
And
you.
just like I said, touch base with me when you're ready. Okay.
Yes, yes, we will.
Okay.
Thanks,
You're
Sarah.
welcome. Okay. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.